Hey, it's George Talks, and I'm George. So today we're going to talk about college sexuality, because I feel like when it comes to college, there are so many different ways to define and understand ourselves, and there's pretty much no roadmap to how to navigate our sexual relationships, and we don't talk about it. And a lot of times, all we're really told to do is, hey, wear a condom. Don't get an STD. Try not to get pregnant. And if you do, and I don't think that's necessarily okay. Because I've had friends in college who got an STD. I had friends in college who, got pregnant. I've had friends in college who unfortunately have been victims of rape. And we don't talk about the different ways that college sexuality manifests itself. So I just want to talk about some of those different things and ways in which we can navigate it. So, I guess one of my first points is going to be there's a difference between intimacy and sexuality. Intimacy is the interpersonal relationship building acts that exist in a relationship. So that's, the rubbing of the feet and the slow hugs and soft kisses and the acts that we engage in that develop comfort, the acts that we engage in that promote safety, the acts that we engage in that really cultivate a sense of, sexual connection. And when it comes to intimacy, a lot of times people just jump towards just trying to have sex and bust a nut off. And the downside of that is that you don't actually get a chance to build with someone and learn their body and learn what they like and learn how to actually and adequately please them. Because in any sexual relationship, the goal should be to express oneself sexually, to feel good about oneself sexually, to fulfill one's sexual needs and desires, and also to share that with another person. And if you're not gonna, share that sexual energy and share, that genuine approach with another person, then you're better off masturbating, because you're gonna end up just masturbating with somebody else's body because it feels good. And in the long term, when you do engage in, that two-person, masturbation. I'm talking about masturbating with somebody at the same time. I'm talking about when you use their body for purely sexual purposes and there are no feelings or no actual validation attached behind that. What you end up doing is hurting yourself and building a shallow relationship. So just one thing I definitely want to, dispel the myth of is that intimacy is not sexuality. And that if you want to develop intimacy, you have to slow down a little bit and get to know someone and learn how to approach their body. Every person is unique. Not every sexual tool, my dudes, it's going to work on every girl. Woman, not every guy, is just trying to get to you. Some guys actually want to get to know you and learn your body and learn how they can make you feel good about yourself. And also, sometimes you need to actually get to know a woman before you hook up with her. Same thing with knowing a man. Because, in those different ways in which we engage in sexual interactions, how we relate to someone affects how they receive our sexual attention. And this is just the first part of our discussion, because we're going to also talk about, how to navigate, the whole STD situation and the whole rape situation, because those are two very big parts of college sexuality. But this is part one of our sexuality series, and we dispelled the myth of intimacy versus sexuality. George Talks. Stay tuned for more.